Hey, what's up, guys? It's your boy Stephen McCoy, and you are listening to Session with Steven. And today we have Sean Frazier, the CEO of management firm SMF Global. I'm so happy to have you here. Thank you so much.
Thank you. I greatly appreciate your time.
We're here to talk about the Blue Jacket Fashion Show, which I love doing every year. Can you talk to us about the Blue Fashion Jacket Show?
So I have the walk for the show maybe 2 years ago, and it was just originally I'd been as a guest, so I've seen it grow, and it's been such an amazing platform that Frederick and Laura have put together, and it's just an open, welcoming space that brings fashion to the awareness of prostate cancer. So you feel like you walk in a room and it's just a sea of blue, and it's all people there trying to, promote awareness, promote early detection, to promote, if you do have a diagnosis, following through with treatment and making sure that you're living a healthy life. So I know some of the sponsors that have been involved in years past have been so great. And this year, I just can't wait to see what they put together with the virtual piece, because I haven't even seen it yet, but I'm really excited to see what it's going to look like.
Same here. I can't wait to see every year they always put together an amazing fashion show and all of these comedy skits. And it just really is a great night. They have musicians that come through. What were you wearing
That first year or this year?
this year?
So this year I'm wearing Stevie Edwards. So Stevie and I have not actually met in person, but Stevie reached out to me and sent a suit that was custom made for me that was just so beautiful. It just hugged me in every hugged me in all the right places.
Yeah.
And I reached out to him and about the opportunity that we were doing with the Prostate Cancer Foundation, and he jumped on it and sent me a custom piece, and it is going to give
I
a
cannot
it's a
wait.
runway moment.
I can't wait to see. Um, yeah. Why is this event so important to you to be a part of?
I'm really big on community initiatives. I've worked hand in hand in my own foundation and along with others to help promote theirs. But essentially, I personally have a family friend, Mr. Alan Cousin. It's my best friend's dad.
Mm,
Grew up, he's basically another Pops to me, call him Pops. And he's currently in a battle with prostate cancer. And I've seen his struggle, and I walked for him, as I did my walk. That was, what I prayed about as soon as I, got my walk started. And it was, just to see peace and to see more men my age. I'm 32, and soon enough, it's time to start getting tested
right.
for prostate cancer. And our community just needs to not ignore health issues and concerns. So
Absolutely.
all of the men in America need to make sure that they're going to get tested and being proactive about treatments if they are diagnosed. So
Right.
that's who I walk for, and it's important to me because I like to see growth in my communities from all aspects of life. And if this is something that we can develop more research on and get, some more favorable,
Yeah.
answers medically for people, I would love to be a part of helping that happen.
Absolutely. And can you speak to us a little bit more on your management firm company?
Of course. So my firm SMF Global was launched 2014, and I have been working first as a stylist, which was when I was transitioning from being a model. I started off as a model into the industry. That was my
Yeah.
first little
Yeah.
step,
Back in the
henceforth,
day,
me
the
bringing back the
models
runway.
and
Yes. So my styling firm quickly turned into communications, and the communications quickly turned into management. So as we grew, my offices went from New York to Los Angeles to Miami, now New Orleans. But SMF Global is my baby, and the clients that I have are someone, or each of them are people that I can say I would be able to sit and have a drink with and invite them to the wedding. These are people that I believe in. These are people that I support, love, and trust. So
Yeah.
going to work for me every day is a blessing.
That's amazing. And I mean, what inspired you to go that route? I mean, from being a model, most times models are, signed to agencies where they're a little bit more controlled. And what inspired you to go into a direction where you say, you know what, I want to support my peers, I want to support up and coming models?
Well, it was actually that the lack of support that was there. I know that I was very blessed to be able to go from working as a model, and then my first client was Beyonce's stylist. So
Oh, tough.
I know for a fact that my hand into the industry, yes, of course, Mr. Ty Hunter. So I know that my hand in the industry was somewhat unheard of, coming from modeling and walking straight into Mr. Hunter was it changed my company exponentially, So I know that space that I was in was such a blessing, and I can only help but give back to others and make sure that I can use the things that I've learned, the tools that I've been able to add to my firm. I can use those things to help others. So even in New Orleans, when COVID first hit, I offered my services to members of the community for free. So for me to have an hour-long conversation, to see you change your company with the experiences that I've had, how can I take that from people? I know that, our company comes at a premium. However, I also know that someone helped me. Someone was helping me along the way. There was always an angel or a blessing in my pocket. So I'm very thankful for that. And I can only be a blessing to others and help others, succeed in their businesses. So
That's amazing. And I really do commend you for that, because it's not easy. I mean, for one, what happens to a lot of people who lack the support, we have a passion for something and you want to do all you can do to be at the highest at your career, but then there's a lot of challenges that happens and you say, you know what, I have to literally go in and invest and create my own opportunities and my own businesses. And most times, actually, it works out better that way. Have you feel like it's
absolutely,
gotten better for you?
every day,
Yeah.
every day. From working when I stepped out, I did work in the corporate space for a while. And working with companies like Foot Locker and McDonald's and Amazon and Hyundai, and beautiful, beautiful relationships that I built with such amazing companies, and being able to work for them, especially as a young Black owned firm, stepping into these offices, worldwide, has been, it's been, it's kind of like you walk in like, I'm doing this, so it has been amazing for sure.
And I mean, I think that's such a beautiful thing. I mean, even now that we're in Black History Month, although I always say, we celebrate it every day. However, that doesn't mean that this month isn't important. And I'm glad that you're being celebrated for what you do, and also just giving other people opportunities. What has been a highlight during your whole career?
Highlight of my whole career, I would have to say it was a serendipitous moment. I was with one of my clients and I saw another one of my clients in my other client's piece at my other client's event.
Wow.
So I believe seeing my impact at so many levels in one space was amazing. And the person wearing the clothes was Beyonce. So it also it made a headline that kind of took, it took off for us. So it was definitely a blessing.
A big moment, absolutely. Congratulations on that. Yeah.
Thank you so very much.
What are some dreams that you're hoping to accomplish moving forward? What are some projects that you're getting into?
Well, I have a few things brewing, but I'm actually working on a book.
Oh,
so just Thank you. Just so I can share some of the experiences and some of the little storylines, I would say, that got me to this place, because there's so many journeys that I took, from modeling to styling to PR to management. It's been a whirlwind. And before I started all of this, I was working in the emergency room at the hospital.
Wow,
I was
really? So you are
working with psychiatric
literally
patients.
you are literally the well-rounded brother that go into work,
Take home the mom.
cool guy at the in the cafeteria that you always talk to, and then the next day you see him standing next to Beyonce and Ty. That's amazing.
Yes, it definitely, so many pieces that built this Sean Michael Frazier that's standing in front of you with SMF Global under my belt. I can only be thankful to the help of my parents, to the help of my siblings. I'm the baby of six, so
Wow.
I got a lot of other moms, I should say.
Yeah.
I have four sisters, so it's just my community helped me grow. My community helped me become who I am. And when I hear, when people say I'm self-made, I may have been grinding by myself. I may have been in my offices by myself sometimes at 4 in the morning, 6 in the morning, still working on a piece, or still trying to make sure that my client's wardrobe is ready for whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But the community that built you, the pieces of your network that you use to help make these things happen, the vendors, whoever you're executing these pieces with, the assistants, the receptionists, every portion of the mail company, the people who you're working with, are you nice to your courier? It's
Yeah.
just, there's so many pieces of your day that could be ruined. So
Yeah.
how many times in that day can I support someone else? How many times in that day can I at least make you happy if you are somehow making me and my business run and my day to day better? So
Yeah.
I try to at least speak, or little gifts, or just something here and there, just to show people that you're thankful.
Yeah.
Being thankful and having a great network is what got me where I am, and continue to remain thankful and humble.
Yes, absolutely. I feel that we definitely think alike in that regard. And it's just ultimately, the heart that you have, and being grateful for the those who have said yes to you. I'm sure with you writing a book, you had to have gone through a lot of different obstacles, a lot of maybe even rejection. What can
Lots.
you say to those who are working in the hospitals right now, who are working at McDonald's right now, who are the garbage men that has that idea, that dream that you kind of had, like where you're gonna go through modeling, through PR, to anywhere to make sure that you make a stamp in the world, and they have that idea, but they don't know what to do. What can you say to those people?
I say to the young entrepreneurs out there, take everything in bite-sized pieces. It doesn't matter if you're starting your company with $500. It doesn't matter if you're starting it with 100 or $100,000. At the end of the day, you make your plan, you set aside your budget, you put yourself in a position that you can do those things. I knew that I had a support system, or I knew that I had a steady check coming in. So that means that I can do certain things, with that income to promote my personal dreams. But if I looked at it like the major picture that it was in a broad spectrum, I'm not sure if I would have been able to handle it, and seeing the future from such a sedentary place of where you are right now, living in the moment, trying to imagine yourself as the CEO of a company, made to some. For me, everything that I took in pieces, I wrote it down, I put it in front of me, I added it to a vision board, I put pressure behind it, pressure under myself, lit a little fire under me here and there for different things, and timelines. Whatever timeline you give yourself, keep it. The promises that you keep to yourself, keep them, but do not burn yourself out. So take it in bite-sized pieces.
That makes so much more sense than what you say, to take it in pieces so that you won't exactly burn yourself out. And I think that's so dope.
Correct.
I always say, do not kill yourself for a job, because when you die, then their job is to replace you. So why not,
almost immediately
get in pieces?
Look at it in pieces, and piece by piece, you'll see yourself kind of building those building blocks. And then at the end of the day, you realize you built a home, or you built a business brick by brick.
Now, would you say the space that you're in, you are confident than you've ever been? Are you comfortable than you've ever been?
I would say I was probably a lot more confident jumping into it. I was gung-ho, hadn't been jaded by the industry yet. I would say hadn't bumped into all of the ups and downs of what the industry was. My confidence, I never lacked. I definitely say now I'm in my stride. So at this point, I'm in a space where my confidence have legs to stand on that are more sturdy to show other people I don't need to promote. You see the work. You'll see what I'm doing. What I'm doing. I don't have to.
I love that.
And thankfully, I have not advertised my company to date. I've never advertised my company. We have been working piece by piece with people out of pure word of mouth and sharing my successes with others. And, they've asked me to kind of come with them on their journey.
You are a person that's very confident, and as you should be. You've done an amazing job throughout the years, and I just congratulate you and see you at the Blue Jacket Fashion.
Thank you so very much. I appreciate it. I'm so excited. This has been a blessing. I appreciate your time, and I appreciate this interview.
Thank you. I appreciate your time.
Hey, subscribe now.